So 2026 is just a couple of weeks away, but people are still trying to get the best bargain on the best phone launch in 2025. And I know there are so many flagships, with some of them having the best AI, some having the best camera, or even the best processor. But the question is, which one is the best for you? So in this video, let me give you 5 good options in terms of the flagships and which one you should go for considering the price, the features, and the best possible option for you. So let's start with the OnePlus 15, the champion device which was launched in the latter part of 2025, and it's grabbing a lot of headlines even today. The OnePlus 15 continues to focus on speed and clean software with the latest Snapdragon 8 Elite chip and Oxygen OS. The UI remains simple, smooth and easy to use. Battery life is great and charging is still among the quickest in this segment at 120 watts. Camera performance has improved this year, especially daylight shots. Low light is better than before, but it still isn't as consistent as a Samsung or a Vivo. One thing to keep in mind is that OnePlus tends to prioritize performance over long-term software features. So, while the updates do come, the experience doesn't evolve as much over time. So, if you want a fast, reliable, and not with a lot of extras, but covers a lot of the basics, the OnePlus 15 is indeed a good option. Next up is the Samsung Galaxy S25. Now the S25 is an all-rounder in this group. You get a bright, color-accurate display, dependable cameras, and strong software support. AI tools this year focus on reminders, translations, and even photo editing. The cameras are consistent and perform well in almost every situation. Video stabilization is strong too. The one thing to note is Samsung's charging speeds. They are still slower than what the OnePlus, iQOO, or even the Vivo offers. And yes, AI features look good, but may not be the features you will use in everyday life. But if you want an Android smartphone that not only gets you the brand credibility but also gives you supreme features, then the S25 should definitely be on the top of your list. Next up is the iPhone 17, and I must say Apple has finally launched a smartphone in the base category which gives you true flagship features, because sometimes in the past we have seen that the base model does miss out on some key features, but this time the 17 is truly a flagship. The A19 chipset in the 17 is efficient, apps run smoothly, and battery life is much more stable this time. Apple Intelligence does bring some new features, but many of them depend on the region and availability, and it will take time to fully roll out in India. Camera quality is consistent, especially for video, which Apple continues to lead in. But if you want manual controls or some flexibility in zoom, it can feel a little limited compared to maybe a Vivo X300 or a Samsung S25. If you are already in the Apple ecosystem or want long-term reliability, the iPhone 17 remains one of the safest long-term purchases. However, I would like to say that if you are ready to spend 83,000 rupees, make sure that you are ready to transition into the Apple ecosystem. However, if you are using an Apple device already, maybe the 13 or the 14, even the 15 series, then only it makes sense to get the 17, because if you're already on the 16 or the 16 Pro, the upgrades are not that worthy. And next on the list is one of the most recent launches in India. This is the iQOO 15, which is purely built on raw performance. If you are someone who likes hardcore gaming, wants absolute a monster in the processor department, this one is something that you should really consider. Because get this, inside you get an efficient cooling system, the display is responsive, and the storage goes up to 512 gigabytes. But to get the performance at a lower price, you do compromise on camera tuning. Daylight shots are good enough, but low light and portrait performance aren't as refined as what you get on the X300 or even the S25 or even the Apple. The software is better than before, but still not as clean as a OnePlus or an Apple. However, if you just want pure performance on your smartphone, and for people who really shoot a lot of videos and do a lot of gaming, the iQOO 15 is indeed a powerful phone. And next up is a camera-focused flagship in the Vivo X300. You get a strong main sensor which is excellent for portrait and also one that betters zoom compared to the other smartphones in this price range. Colors are natural and low-light photos come out clean with good detail. And all of this, by the way, has been tuned by a camera giant like Zeiss. However, Vivo's software can feel heavy at times and updates are regular but not always feature-rich. Charging and battery life are solid, though not the fastest in this segment because we already know that the OnePlus gives you 120 watts and this one isn't as quick but quick enough. If camera quality is your number one priority, the X300 is the most versatile option among this group. And get this, you also get the option of adding a teleconverter optical lens into this kit, which means your photography just goes up a notch. So that sums up this list. Every flagship in this category offers you something very different, and as a buyer, I am sure you do your own due diligence and research to find out which one of these flagship is compatible with your needs. Because remember, you're spending a lot of money but getting some very specific features with each of these flagships. The only thing you need to make sure is just be very clear about what you want. And here's a quick breakdown. With the Vivo X300, you get great portraits, low light and zoom. However, the heavy UI is indeed a trade-off. As far as gaming and performance is concerned, the iQOO 15 is indeed a champion because it's extremely fast, although the cameras are a compromise. The best all-rounder Android phone in this category would be the Samsung Galaxy S25, which has a reliable cameras, a good display, software. However, charging is slower. If you want best value in this list, the OnePlus 15 is the best. It's smooth and fast, but photography could be the Achilles heel. Best long-term choice, however, would be the iPhone 17, which has strong support in terms of video performance and software. However, it is on the expensive side. However, let me know which one of these smartphones is the best fit for you, because remember, 2025 is coming to an end and this is the best time to get a sweet deal on any of these smartphones. Before 2026 hits, best grab them right now.